So Amazon workers are quitting their jobs as a result of terrible working conditions. They are tired of no AC in warehouses and in their vehicles. They're also tired of having to work overtime because there was so much work and not enough employees. But I'll get to more on that in just a moment. The reason why this is big news is because we are seeing people quit, which means they have to go find another job. There are many Amazon workers. That's one problem. The second problem, Amazon is a large corporation, and when Amazon decides to do things like get rid of employees so that they can bring on robots and use AI, well, guess what Walmart's going to do? Guess what Costco's going to do? Guess what all these other large retailers are going to do as a result of Amazon doing it? So, the fact that Amazon workers are quitting, yeah, that's a very interesting sign. But we'll get to more on that in a moment. Listen to this right here. This person's going to say why he quit.
I quit Amazon after 4 months, and here's why. To the people that left on day 1 and day 2, I salute you. Let me not forget about the person who left after the first break.
Now, I want to point out one thing. There are many people that have worked for Amazon that only make it a day. Some people make it the first hour and realize they are overworked, they're underpaid, there's no safety concerns in many spots, and they don't want to be there. But let's keep listening.
After seeing all those people leave, I still stayed steadfast, right? I was determined. I said, I'm going to have fun with this. I'll be on my own delivering packages. What can go wrong? A lot. First, let me just talk about orientation. Let me put this disclaimer out there. I'm not saying don't work from Amazon. I'm not trying to persuade you not to work. I'm just sharing with you my experiences. Do what you will. Yeah.
One thing I just want to say, there are a lot of people that have worked for Amazon that absolutely love it. People stay there for 5, 10, 15 years, and they absolutely love the job. But some people don't. Look at this guy, for example.
Alright, I need y'all to tell me if I'm the problem. I just got written up for not finishing my route on time, okay? Or unsatisfactory work.
Now, I want to point something out because I did talk to an Amazon delivery driver, and he said the same thing, that yes, they're supposed to finish their route by a certain time because Amazon does not want to pay overtime. They will, but they don't want to do it, especially over and over.
You cannot make this up, bro. Amazon is officially becoming like UPS. Watch.
Continue southeast on a parking aisle. Then please try to find the address on your own.
What do you mean trying to find the address on our own? And then Amazon wonder why we delivered to the wrong house. We delivered to the wrong business. The neighbors got the other neighbor's package. You talking some trying to find the address on your own? We're not trying to do a good job. Y'all not doing a good job with navigating me. What's going on? What's T? Somebody put Amazon on the T app, for real. Because I don't know at this point.
Y'all see it. I'm gonna make this real quick. Amazon, y'all gotta do better. Y'all make way too many billions of trillions of whatever to be treating workers and drivers and, man, shit. And them DSPs and everything. Nah. I've been with y'all for 3 days. 3. 2 days of driver training. Did a ride along basically a day ago. I show up to my 4th day today and they like, okay, good luck. What company has 3 days of training? Hell no, I'm good. You know what I did? Amazon, sorry. I left that bitch right on the launch pad, walked off. No.
So today, guys, I quit Amazon. Sometimes your mental health isn't worth the job. Honestly, the workload was insane. Nearly 400 parcels I had to deliver. How is that humanly possible? I don't know. But to be honest, it wasn't actually the workload. You know, you take the rough for the smooth. But when it's the same people day in, day out who are having tiny routes, And then there's the same people day in, day out, absolutely getting shafted. I couldn't take it any longer, do you know what I mean? So yeah, I quit.
I quit Amazon after 4 months, and here's why. To the people that left on day 1 and day 2, I salute you. Let me not forget about the person who left after the first break. After seeing all those people leave, I still stayed steadfast, right? I was determined. I said, I'm going to have fun with this. I'll be on my own delivering packages. What can go wrong? A lot. First, let me just talk about orientation. Let me put this disclaimer out there. I'm not saying don't work from Amazon. I'm not trying to persuade you not to work. I'm just sharing with you my experiences. Do what you will. The expectations are unrealistic. Training is not what you're going to be doing when you're out there actually driving. The way that they do training and the way they promote safety only stays in that training class. It does not go with you when you're actually on the road. Let's get into it. Number 1, AC, non-existent. They never work, and if they do work, it's just blowing out heat. And honestly, it's the AC is the reason why I quit, and I'm going to tell you about that in a second. I never felt so disrespected like I did when I was at Amazon. I almost went into a depression working there. Number 2, we worked 10-hour shifts, and you would think that's enough time to deliver a lot of packages, but it's really not. You had either 180 packages or 230 packages to deliver, and 10 hours in a day is just not enough. And it's a shame because there are some drivers there who thought it was just a badge of honor that Amazon could count on them. No matter how many packages they get, they're still going to finish on time. And I knew I did not belong. And I'll never forget, one time I took a 17-minute break and dispatch is texting me saying, "You good?" As in, I'm already behind. I'm already behind when you guys built in 2 15-minute breaks into the shift and a 30-minute lunch. But if I take a 17-minute break, I'm already behind. That means that y'all built in the breaks into the schedule, but it's really not realistic. Like, it's not doable at all, because if you take it, you're gonna be behind. Which one y'all want me to do? Take a break or not take a break? And then number 3, the reason why I quit. This is where Amazon messed up. So I was trained after I think a month. I was trained in the EDVs. And if you go and Google, look it up. EDV is just like the futuristic Amazon vans. Not every state has them, but I was trained in the EDVs, and I thought, okay, I can stay here for a little bit longer. The EDVs are so much better to drive. They're really neat. Like, truly, it's very neat. They have AC in the seats, AC blowing in the front. Like, it was great. I said, okay, I can go on a little bit longer with this. But one day, after I was trained, 4th month of driving EDVs, there was another group that came in. They wanted to train them on the EDVs. They passed, and then I came into work, and they put me back in the vans. That was my 13th reason. I loaded my van up. Oh, that's another thing. Maybe I'll talk about that process in another video if you guys really like this. But I loaded my van up. I was about to go on my route. An hour in, I delivered a couple of packages. But after an hour, I called my mama. Now, you know, when a boy's calling his mama, it's a wrap. It's a done deal. It ain't nothing you can say. After that, I called my mama. I said, "Mama, I'm about to quit." And she was like, "Well, yeah, do what you need to do. If you know that's the right thing." I said, "That's the right." Oh, well, I was about to cry. Like, "That's the right thing, Mama. I'm going to do the right thing." And I drove back to the station. First, I texted dispatch. I said, "I'm about to RTS." And that just simply means return to station. And they respond, "Is everything okay?" I left them on red. Drove back to the station. Ooh, I'd never quit a job like this ever before, but it felt so good. So good to do it this way. Drove back, and remember, my van is completely full of packages in the back. And I had a heavy route that day too. And I said, you know what? I feel so sorry for the people that was expecting their package today, because it ain't coming. It ain't arriving today. Got back to the station. I didn't even go to dispatch. I just left the keys right there on the seat. All that stuff in there, in the back was still, those packages were still there. Grabbed my backpack, and I left. I got in my car, and I drove home. I'm telling you, whenever you see an Amazon driver, pray for them. Their working conditions are horrific. And it's so crazy because the CEO of Amazon is one of the richest men in the world. And the employees have the worst working conditions. Had y'all kept me in the EDV, I would have been fine. Y'all would have had me for maybe a couple more months. But y'all put me back in these busted up, raggedy, no AC having, behind vans. And I just wasn't going to do it. Not in the summer in Florida. No, sir. No, ma'am. No ham. No turkey. So if you're thinking about working for Amazon, no. And that's all I'll say. That's all I got to say.